Welcome to the May 7th Board of Trustees meeting. We will reconvene into open session. And before we begin, with a heavy heart, we are saddened, but we need to acknowledge the passing of our dear trustee, Anna Piercy. She passed yesterday. We want to emphasize she fought a brave battle with cancer, and we offer our sincere condolences to the family, to her friends, and all who knew her and worked with her. She was a force in the community. She started her career in Anaheim Union in 1968 as a teacher. Then she retired. And in her retirement, she didn't rest. She served on the City Council of Cypress, served as mayor. She also served on many other service community, like the Kiwanis. You may have seen her serving pancakes at a function. On the board, she also served on the Association of the School Board, statewide and locally. And she served on the North Orange County Regional Occupational Program. She was on the Sister City program and a number of other committees. She was a committed board member. Anna was a force on this dais. When she believed in something, she let us know. She was never afraid. But the thing that I remember most about her was if she believed in something, she let you know. But she also listened. She listened to each and every one of us up here on this dais and to everyone out there. And she wasn't afraid to say when she was wrong or she made a mistake. Just say, oh, I didn't know that. And I thought that was really brave because she came on forcefully. I will never forget her laugh. It was very infectious. And we did a lot of laughing. In her final moments and days, we were able to go and visit her. And I'd like to tell you she was very grateful for all of the folks that reached out to her. Some didn't know what was going on, some did. She was able to face this with the bravest and dignity that I have ever known anyone to face a life decision, a life passing. I asked her, how are you able to do this? And she said, because of people that have come to her and telling her that they made a difference. She made a difference in their lives. Students, teachers, colleagues. And we were grateful that we were able to tell her the same thing. And we laughed together. She was so brave. Catherine, I know you wanted to say some words.
Briefly, it's wonderful to see a person do what they do like Anna did, and she found true joy in what she did. It was not a hardship or anything difficult for her. She managed to do what she did, and it was a lot. And I'm grateful to her and her family, and I know that it's a terrible loss for them. But we were very lucky to have her in this school district as long as we were in this community.
And Anna leaves an impact on the community. And she is she has 2 daughters and 6 grandchildren. And they were so fortunate to know her and to love her through this difficult time. Services that we know are as follows. The funeral mass will be held on Thursday, May 30th at 10:30 a.m. at St. Irenaeus Church in Cyprus. And moving forward, offering prayers and condolences to the families again. And Anna leaves a legacy that she knows some about, and you know, she may never know all of the impact that she had on all of us. But she's here with us now, and she will always be with us. Thank you. Daniela, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand. Put your right hands over your heart. Ready, begin. Kaizen means continuous improvement. For those unfamiliar with the word, it is a compound of 2 Japanese words that translate as good change or improvement. I say Kaizen because many of us are nearing a time and place in our lives that will ultimately differ from what we are familiar with. With graduation being weeks away and the thoughts of college, trade school, work, or the military starting to settle in, it is essential to note that there is no correct path, only the path one makes for oneself. And in creating that path, one can only progress. Change is not linear or meant to go in only one direction. So as we embark on this new journey soon, remember growth comes from change. Let's take a moment to see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity to become a better you. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniela. And now we will hear the closed session report from the clerk of the board, Ms. Guerrero.
Thank you. 4.1, no reportable action taken regarding public employee performance evaluation superintendent. 4.2, the Board of Trustees, by a vote of 4-0, approved the settlement agreement in consolidated OAH case number 2024010427 and 2024010497, resolving all issues in dispute by providing an independent educational evaluation, compensatory services, and other reimbursements. 4.9, no reportable action taken regarding negotiations. 4.4, no reportable action taken regarding personnel. 4.5, the Board of Trustees, by a vote of 4-0, rescinded the non-reelection of employee HR-2023-24-60 for the next school year. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 6.1, the student representative to the Board of Trustees. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we would like to thank Daniela Ruiz for her service as student representative to the board during our 23-24 year. Daniela. Thank you for your service. It's not been easy up here this year. We appreciate you being here and all of your service. Would you like to say a few words?
Just other than being up here has really been truly a life-changing experience, and I wouldn't give this experience, I wouldn't give it away for anything else. It's been amazing being up here, and I've learned so much, and it's definitely knowledge that I'm going to be taking with me for wherever I go, probably for the rest of my life. So thank you.
Thank you. And to also point out, this isn't the only place that Daniela has been for this year. You served on other committees and other capacities throughout the year on a lot of our service boards, so we really appreciate that, as well as our ambassadors sitting in the audience. So the Board of Trustee honors also our student ambassadors and their contributions during the 23-24 year. The ambassadors serve as official spokespersons for all district students at special ceremonies, events, and functions. And the student leaders are also deeply embedded in the district's governance structure and actively provide the students' voice whenever possible. So Daniela, are you leading this and bringing up our students?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ron Hoshi. I'm one of the co-advisors, along with Hilda Vasquez and Jennifer Brown. And I just really want to take this opportunity to also acknowledge Ms. Piercy. This was one of the final groups that she interviewed and selected. And I think she did a fine job in helping us. She was always there for us at all of our the interview process. And the other thing I want to acknowledge was when the ambassador program started out in 2009, we only had 5 ambassadors. And because of Mrs. Piercy, she insisted that we have representation from all of our school sites. So that's why you see 12 ambassadors and a student rep sitting on the dais. But I also want to congratulate these students, but also acknowledge we have a student ambassador from Hope School, from CVA, and one from Gilbert who couldn't join us tonight. So right now, the ambassadors are going to introduce themselves and kind of just share something they got from the program, and we acknowledge and want to thank you for supporting the ambassador program and valuing the youth voice as one of the tenets of our district. So without further ado, we'll start with Dan. We'll start with Madison. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. My name is Madison Romero. I am Anaheim High School Student Ambassador for the 2023-2024 school year. And a highlight that I had this school year, a personal highlight would be networking and getting to meet the entire board and getting to meet all of you. And an academic highlight that I had was being able to give back to my community. Anaheim is predominantly Latino, and as a first-gen Latina woman, or young lady, it was really important for me to be able to give back to my community, and as I continue my path, bringing them with me, not just leaving my family behind, but raising everyone with me as well. So thank you, everyone, for everything you've done for Anaheim, for me, and for all the student ambassadors here. So thank you.
Good evening. My name is Eliana Garcia, and I am the current and past student ambassador for CVA. Something I learned this school year was basically just collaboration and leadership with my staff and my principal and all the other students, and it was a joy being able to represent them at any school site event. And I look forward to continuing my next year in the ambassadorship.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adam Lee, and I'm the current student ambassador, past ambassador from Cypress High School. My biggest highlight from this year would just be growing closer to the community and getting more in depth within AUHSD. As growing up, I wasn't blessed with the opportunity to witness all these things at AUHSD since I came from the Los Alamitos Unified District. But yeah, my past year here, I've truly felt welcomed by everyone here and all of you. And it's truly been a blessing to be able to experience all of this, and I definitely would not give this up for anything. So once again, thank you so much for your hospitality.
My name is Jasmine Cross from Hope School. Meeting people.
Hello everyone, my name is James Castillo and I am the student ambassador of Catella High School. I am extremely grateful for this opportunity that has been given upon me for the student ambassador role this year. It has been generally a great experience that I have loved to work with so many people this year, including at Catella High School as well as at the district office. It's been a one-of-a-kind experience and I would highly recommend anyone to join the role because of all the wonderful opportunities you get during and after. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Naveen Widagama. I'm the student ambassador of Kennedy High School, and one of my biggest highlights was being able to work with Mr. Bautista and him allowing me to work on some films together. Through that process, I was able to go to so many different schools, and it's really cool because that was the first time when I realized like other students exist. It's not just Kennedy. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. Thank you to the board. Thank you to Mr. Ochi for giving me the opportunity to do this. And just to share, I'm planning on going to UCSD for aerospace engineering. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Donia Akdam. I served as the student ambassador for Laura this year. It was a really it was such a privilege just to be the representative for my school. I learned so much, not only with my school community, but for the district community. And I think one of my highlight memories is just being able to bond relationships with my teachers at school, with the admins, and also I really enjoyed when Miss Randall Trejo and I just greeted each other and she always gave a nice warm hug. And I will definitely miss our school district and my school especially, and I planned on attending Cornell next year. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Santana, and I'm the current Magnolia student ambassador. One highlight I would like to highlight this year is really being a part of the community school steering committee. Yeah, they're sitting right here in the crowd right here, yeah. Why I chose this highlight really is seeing the different parts of how a community can come together and really empower our students. You know, you're not only meeting students, you're meeting teachers, you're meeting, people from the district, you're meeting, parents as well who really want to get involved in part of our education. And, education is empowerment. And, my future plan and goal through the educational pledge that the Anaheim Union High School District provides is to really go to Cypress College and become a court reporter, become a certified court reporter. I do want to pursue law in the future, and I think this is, education has provided me that platform for that direction. So I want to thank you guys all, and really thank you for this opportunity.
Good evening. My name is Marcus Kwan. I served as the student ambassador for Oxford for the 23-24 school year. I guess one of the highlights I wanted to focus on was just understanding how InterSystems worked, how our school district provided all of these opportunities to our students, and also kind of motivated me to continue learning in my own way further on. And I plan on continuing my education by studying neurobiology at UCSD. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ruth Nguyen and I served as a student ambassador for Savannah High School. And I just want to say that I have so much gratitude for being involved in this program, for being able to grow under the guidance of my advisors and the Board of Trustees, and being able to meet you, Ms. Marie Trejo, for getting to know me on a personal level and being concerned for my well-being and getting to know me on that level. And I think my biggest highlight was participating in the CPSF presentations and getting to visit my old elementary school to answer all the parents and cute little sixth graders questions and be a testament to all my elementary school teachers and show them that how the opportunities AUHSD has really transformed me as a person. And next year, I will be attending UC San Diego to study chemical engineering with a full ride scholarship from the School of Engineering.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vasu Bagga. I proudly served as the Western High School Student Ambassador. Yeah, we got some Western family in the house. But basically, this position is an extreme of a blessing. As a proud immigrant, I could have never imagined myself coming to a district office, more than an office at school, and knowing that, you know, I could communicate with the office or the Board of Trustees on a personal level. But one of my biggest highlights, I'd say, is discipline. I feel like coming from where I come from, you know, I was obviously stopped for my age, you know. Being so young, you have some personal opinions, you want to express yourselves, and this position let me do that. I was never stopped because, you know, hey, it's just a young kid in a suit with a, you know, a beard and a mustache, but even though I look 22, but it's okay. But moreover, I learned a lot of discipline. I was treated like an adult, which is very, very big to me. I'm extremely blessed, you know, extremely grateful for everyone that was along my journey. I have a teacher in the stands just right here, Miss Flores, if you could please stand up. Miss Flores has been with me for the past 3 years. She's kind of the reason why I'm here today, so a lot of gratitude towards her, so thank you. I will be furthering my education these next 4 years at the University of California, Berkeley on the pre-med track of orthopedic surgeon. Thank you.
Moving on to item 6.3, AVID Senior Standout Scholarship Award. The AVID Senior Standout Scholarships are awarded to students who epitomize what it means to be an AVID student. They are determined, dedicated leaders and role models who have positively impacted their school and community. The Orange County Office of Education recognizes these top AVID seniors who are nominated by their site's AVID coordinator and site team. Each standout was awarded a scholarship ranging from $250 to $35,000. Our students did very well. I went to the award ceremony They made us very proud. Our 2024 Avid Senior standouts are as follows. Valerie Velasquez from Anaheim High School. You will recognize this person, James Castillo, Catella High School. Tatiana Fegali, Loera High School. Another familiar face, Ruth Nguyen, Savannah High School. And Emily Munoz from Western High School. I'm so proud of them. We know this is a busy week, so we will let our students know that they were honored here tonight. We appreciate them. Ruth and James, would you like to tell your scholarship? Would you like to talk about that?
The scholarship I won was from the Priscilla M. and Draper Family Foundation, and it was a $20,000 scholarship.
I was also awarded the same scholarship for also $20,000.
All right, moving on. The Cypress High School CIF Individual Southern Division 235-pound wrestling champion. All right. Kei Osede is a senior at Cypress High School. Oh, there you are. Bravo. Come on over. Shake everyone's hand while I talk about you. She holds a 45-8 record with 41 wins coming by way of pins. Woo! After only wrestling for 2 seasons, she was crowned the 235-pound Southern Division champion. She was the Empire League champion in 2023 and 24 and took home third in CIF as a junior. She was 1 match away from qualifying for the state tournament. Am I pronouncing it right, Kei? Okay. Has also maintained a 3.38 GPA and has taken 6 AP courses. She is also a member of the track and field team where she participates in shot put and discus. She finished 3rd in the discus in the Empire League. Her future plans are to continue wrestling at Cerritos College. Bravo! All right, 6.5 is Western High School CIF Southern Section Northern Division, 132-pound wrestling champion. Isaac Gonzalez is a junior at Western. So Isaac holds a 43.6 record, all while maintaining a 3.9 GPA and being in the top 40 in his junior class. He was a CIF Southern Section Northern Division Individual Championship at 132 pounds, three-time Masters qualifier, three-time Orange League champion, two-time Orange League MVP, two-time Orange County Individual All-Star Wrestler, two-time Orange County Wrestling Association Team Duels Wrestler, USA Wrestling California Greco State Champion, and earned All-American honors by placing 5th at the National Las Vegas Freak Show. I love that. He also placed at the following tournaments: first at the Downey Super 32, first at the Western 10-Way, second at the Upland Black Watch 64 teams, and first at the Segerstrom 10-Way Jaguar Duels. He also has been named two-time captain. Isaac Gonzalez intends to wrestle in college and will major in I cannot say this. Say it again? Kinesiology, with an emphasis in athletic training. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. All right. 6.6, Anaheim High School CIF Individual Eastern Division 125-pound champion and CIF Masters 125-pound champion. Liliana, am I saying it correctly? Is it Liliana? Liliana, oh, right. Liliana Balderas is a sophomore at Anaheim High School. She holds a career record of 74 with 50 wins coming by way of pins. Liliana is a second-time Orange League champion, second-time CIF champion, two-time Masters champion, and two-time state placer, placing second and third. She was named the Orange League MVP for girls wrestling and first team all-county by the OC Register 2023 and 2024. This year, she led her team to the first Orange League championship title. She is a cadet freestyle state champion and a high school nationals runner-up. She is currently ranked 8th in the nation by USA Wrestling. After high school, she intends to wrestle in college and then compete in and win an Olympic gold medal for the United States. And she has done this while accomplishing a 4.0 GPA. Go, Liliana. All right. All right, one more round of applause for our wrestlers. Okay, moving on to our state student representatives report. Ms. Daniela Ruiz, this is your last report.
Today's school report is a bit different than usual. As the ambassadors have reached the end of their term, we have compiled our final school reports to share with you all. Over our term, we've accomplished visible and not so visible changes on our campuses, contributing to a better, safer, and improved school climate around our district. Anaheim High School has significantly enhanced campus safety and student engagement by integrating advanced restroom security measures and innovative initiatives via the Minga app. Digital bathroom passes have fostered a safer environment while promoting adherence to safety standards. At CVA, the data showed that students experienced a sense of stress when first starting at the online academy and expressed a desire to learn coping mechanisms. In response, RSVPs worked to provide more mindfulness opportunities, such as the Mindfulness Academy, check-ins, a new student orientation, field trips, and mindful breaks before classes. Cypress High School streamlined the summit process by converting the third summit into a video format, which made things more efficient for students and teachers. At Catella, finally, the construction of privacy dividers for boys' bathrooms is under construction. Kennedy achieved a first. After noticing every high school had an RSVP programmed, they realized none were at the junior high level, meaning thousands of students lacked a platform to express their concerns. Kennedy's RSVP hosted AUHSD's first junior high summit at Walker Junior High School. At Loera, with the great help of our Family and Community Center and FACES specialists, more emails were sent to students promoting scholarship opportunities, job openings, and extracurriculars. A group of seniors on campus created a program called the Peer Advisory, where juniors and underclassmen can consult with senior leaders about the college application process. Oxford has identified several areas for improvement within our facilities, focusing on maintaining athletic equipment. A plan to enhance locker room maintenance with a focus on upgrading the outdated ventilation systems is in place. At Savannah, starting next year, there will be at least one school-wide college field trip led by the counselors. A new ASB position will be introduced to streamline the community service opportunities and scholarship information. The Commissioner of Community Relations will be responsible for communicating with administrators and researching community service events and scholarship opportunities to post on a school-sponsored social media account. The Western High School RSVP team has worked alongside the administration team to ensure that security is present as much as possible during passing periods. In doing so, students have reported that they have noticed a major decrease in the number of students doing inappropriate activities such as vaping. Magnolia High School achieved encouraging students in RSVP to be more outspoken on their campus, and Gilbert High School held their very first summit this year. That concludes the end of the AUHSD student report. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. Bravo. Okay, moving on to item 7.2. Our student speakers. First up, Haley Sotelo. Welcome, Haley.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Haley Sotelo, and I'm here again in front of you all to advocate for my education and the education of so many others, as well as the teachers you have all gifted me with. First, I would like to make it clear that I come as a student of this district, and in no way am I speaking for or representing anyone else other than myself. Now, at the student forum the district held, there was something that stuck out to me, but first of all, I would like to thank you all for hosting that. There was a lot of good information, and as a student and on behalf of students, I would just like to thank you all as the board. But one thing, however, I would like to refute is a statement we should look at the teachers being lost as positions and not people. This is because how can we see these teachers as just positions when they need to be people to do their jobs? When you say that, it takes away their humanity, dignity, and takes away the idea that they are not able of making human mistakes. It's almost as if we thought the same thing about you, which as students we don't. We see you all as people, and we see beyond the positions of power which you all hold. And I'm sure right now you are all in an incredibly tough position, and we understand that. But plain and simple is, the decision made is a human mistake, one that is already affecting our education. During the first round of trial days, there was chaos because we didn't have a lot of teachers. Other teachers who were still at our school sites were forced to give up their conference period where they could have been planning and making lessons, but they had to go and sub in for other classrooms. we lost days of instructional aid. Now, all this could have been a really, really bad dream, but it was a reality, and I fear that next year is going to be worse. I would like to leave you all with this. We need our teachers because we need a future, and without our teachers, we don't have a future. Thank you.
Andrew? Andrew?
Good evening, everyone, and a happy National Teachers Day to all the teachers in this building, watching online and across our schools. Graduation season is supposed to be a time of rejoicement, relief, and praise. No, that's not the case right now. I still find myself before the school board, and with the little time I have left, I will now call you folks out on your democracy statement and present you all with a plan to save our graduation regalia. Adopted back in 2019, the Anaheim Union High School District adopted a resolution declaring a commitment to transparency and accountability. Last board meeting, I did see that. Madam Board President, you approached me and you said we could talk. Thank you for that. So I reached out, I called, I texted. Jessica, I direct messaged you on Instagram. I emailed, but I got no response. Where is the transparency in all this? I have been here since June asking, pleading, and working with you all. You guys have guarded the interests of this school district and diminished the recognitions of students like myself who have gone above and beyond. Without these students, there is no AUHSD. What you can do is consider an item where we combine the proceedings of the board and the sashes that are still in circulation, similar to what we saw in last year. That is what I reached out to present to you all, and I will leave it at the table right now. Madam Board President, you stated that you were busy and that I had failed to respect that. Well, here's the truth. I'm a part-time working student. I'm in about 4 clubs. I don't sleep because I'm up doing my homework. And I still have taken up these initiatives and I still come to these school board meetings because I see the importance of coming out and using my First Amendment for my students. You folks have fallen so astray from the interests of your community and your students. It seems as if our concerns, thoughts, opinions, and input mean nothing. These proceedings have made the system seem like top-down leadership. Board members have put themselves at the top of this district hierarchy, and you guys have completely taken charge of the decision-making process, and it leaves students like me, teachers in the audience, and concerned parents just to deal with it. History shows what happens when governing bodies terrorize a community and act in their own interests. Last meeting I was here as a diplomat. This time I'm here as a trust buster. Madam Board President, Matsuda, Guerrero, Ms. Smith, O'Neill, it's time to put your constituents first. It's time to put people over profit. It's time to make some serious changes to the way that you folks do your jobs. And I know I am just a kid, but don't forget that someday you folks won't be up there. Whether you like it or not, the new generation is going to step in. I hope to step in. To all the teachers, parents, students, and community, I will not stop fighting for student recognition, smaller class sizes, and for all of you.
Citlali Cordova Guerrero.
Hello, my name is Citlali Cordova Guerrero. I am currently a senior at Anaheim High School, and I'm here to speak out for my teachers. According to Matsuda's April 24th budget video, AUHSD has $210 million at the beginning of the school year in the savings account. The district plans on spending $21 million this year, meaning that there will only have $189 million left on the savings account for the beginning of the next school year. If they do not have layoffs, that means that you guys do not have to lay off our teachers, period. If they don't lay off our teachers for this year, you have to spend another $11 million that you guys have, leaving the new balance to at least $178 million. What is the point of having a savings account if you cannot spend it on the essentials? Our essentials is our teachers. Without teachers, what is the point of a school? Cancel the RIFs and retain all the teachers. Savings account will still be at $178 million that you could use at whatever purpose you will be needing. I would also include that many teachers have helped us and have helped many of our students. Without them, we will not have an education. Not many students will be in college where they are. Many are going to UCLA, USC, from our classes and from our schools. But without the teachers that have helped them succeed and helped them grow to who they are now, there will be no more colleges to go to. Please make up your mind and think about the teachers, because as one of our peers have said, they are people and not like a thing. Thank you for your time.
Jade Huang. She stepped out. Okay, Sarah. Welcome, Sarah.
Good evening. I'm here again to address the teacher layoff. I would first like to say Happy Teacher Appreciation. I know right now teachers are going through a rough time, but you guys have done it. You guys have made the teachers feel, well, grieful. Teachers go home every day wondering if their job is saved. Teachers go home feeling lost. But I would like to say to all the teachers here, past teachers, and teachers of the future, you are appreciated. You are appreciated for the mornings you stay in the classroom so teachers are able to get extra sleep. You are appreciated for when students don't have to sit out in the cold. You are appreciated for when students come up to you asking for extra help. You teachers shape us in the future. You teachers are the reason most of us continue our education. Students out there all look up to you. Even the times where it might seem rough, we appreciate you. You guys are always doing your best, and we will see that. One day I hope that in a classroom for my next generation, that they are able to have a class where they feel seen, they are able to have extra work. They feel that their knowledge can be expanded past the classroom, not just limited. As a student, I hope that my next generation and my kids and the kids after that, they feel seen. They feel like they're able to have help. They feel that they too have a future within them. But with these teacher layoffs, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, if that's going to be the case. Because if classes get smaller, then I'm not sure what's going to happen. And if you guys really did care about the matter, you would show up to these meetings. You would show up to the trials where the teachers are seen as nothing more but a position. I hope nothing more than these teachers to see that they are important. And during this Teacher Appreciation Week, I think should be seen as a message for the board that they are not only positions but people. They shape the next generation. They are the reason why your kids are going to be able to go to fancy schools, to these Ivy Leagues. These are the people who shape our future, and if you neglect them like this, we're not going to have a future well built. I come from a country where our schools are getting bombed. I come from a country where our teachers hit their students. I come from a country where both my parents had to stop school in elementary because their school wasn't deemed appreciated and their funding got cut off. And if our funding gets cut for our teachers, what does it say about us? If a third world country has students who are more educated in real world problems than our US schools who have billions of dollars of funding, then what does it make us? A school who sees our teachers as nothing more than items? No, we should be built as a community. And as someone who enjoys school, I go to school prideful every day, knowing that I have a community there for me. Not just a thing that I go to learn, but as a place that I know will help me in the future. Because my school is not just a building, but it is my future for me to embrace myself. Thank you.
Did Jade Huang show up? Jade? Thank you, students. Okay, report of the associations is Jeff Morgenstern in the house.
Good evening, Board President Randall Trejo, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matt Suda, and Cabinet. Tonight gives us an opportunity to avoid a growing disruption to the last 3 weeks of school that will continue into the next school year. It allows you to hit the reset button and begin the collaborative work to move forward and problem solve together. This evening, you have a choice to chart a new path through the challenges of declining enrollment, a path that can strengthen our relationship with families we serve, rather than derailing accomplishments a decade in the making. Last Thursday was the 4th of 8 scheduled days of the RIF hearing at Catella High School. 167 teachers, district and union leaders, attorneys, and staff have spent thousands of hours engaged in a heart-wrenching process to determine which 62 teachers of the 167 will be laid off. The final 3 days of the hearings will occur during the last week of school, with the final date held on the last day with students. The last week of school should be a time for celebrate the accomplishments of our students, teachers, and staff. Instead, the dark cloud of layoffs will hang over the end of this school year, overshadowing our feelings of excitement and joy. But the disruption of the last week of school is just the beginning as we enter a summer of unprecedented challenges. 167 teachers won't know if they have a job in the district until late June. 7 more weeks of limbo with everything on the line. Dozens of teachers won't wait and instead will resign and look for a new district to call home. Many of these will be the teachers the district has sought to keep, taking their experience, programs, and leadership with them. After the layoffs complete, we'll enter a surplus process that could take most of July. Dozens of teachers, some not even involved in the layoff, will find themselves moving schools mere weeks or days before the school year begins on August 7th. Site master schedules could be upended. Teachers may have just a few days to prepare for a newly assigned class. The disruption to our classrooms and our school communities will be widely and deeply felt. It's only then, in the first week of August, that we'll know the total effects of this year's layoffs. I encourage you to take the off-ramp now and make the choice to end this year's layoffs. The 50 positions already lost this year are a good first step in addressing declining enrollment. Combined with this, to just using 5% of the reserves that are available, and this problem can be resolved without jeopardizing that district's financial solvency or its bond rating. You have the ability to prioritize students and teachers. The question is, will you? I don't think the district fully realized the amount of time and effort it would take to put 167 teachers through a RIF hearing, or the impact it would have on our staff, students, and families. The next 4 days of the hearing will continue to hurt and divide us. Teachers will anxiously sit in Catella's auditorium and listen to their life's work as a teacher be reduced to a confusing and ever-changing formula, waiting to see if they measure up. The hearing has shown that the district's case was built on a half-hearted effort to truly know the countless ways teachers work on behalf of their students. As teachers, we are encouraged to evaluate our students using multiple measures and provide them every opportunity to show what they can achieve. This is not what's happening. This is not what's being modeled in the layoff process. The district was ill-prepared. Its case is riddled with conflicting statements, lack of critical information, gaps, and errors. Teachers understand that they need to be very explicit when communicating expectations with their students. We don't try to surprise or set a trap for them. We are upfront and transparent about the path to success. The district was never transparent with its teachers about the 30 skip criteria they created. They never defined each criteria or shared the rationale for selecting these areas prior to the start of the hearing. Who made these decisions and why? Where was the communication, the collaboration, and the compassion in the process? 4 days into the hearing, this information has yet to be fully disclosed. Here's an example of how we recently co-created a major change from decades of practice. Last year, the district and association negotiated that all department chair positions would come up for an interview every 5 years. The district and association realized this was a major shift in precedent and agreed to give everyone 2 years to become informed and prepare for the change. Compare that example to how the current ever-increasing deviations from seniority or skips have been implemented. Where was the heads up? Where was the professional courtesy in notifying teachers of such a significant change in employment? Where was the collaborative leadership and problem solving? Hopefully you begin to see how completely blindsided the association and our teachers feel. Finally, I want to acknowledge the district's decision to extend health benefits through the summer for teachers going through the layoff hearing. This is a positive decision. This positive decision is another step in the right direction that recognizes our teachers as valuable and respected contributors to the success of our students in schools. Let's build on that decision. I ask you to end the layoffs. Your decision will keep us from digging this hole any deeper. Don't wait until August to see the full consequences of this year's layoffs. Your constituents have spoken. Students, parents, community members, voters, and taxpayers have used their voice and agency to outline the path forward. Now it's up to you to take it. Make the right choice now while we have a chance to heal and move forward together. I appreciate your time.
Heather Hutner here. Hutner here. Do we have APGA, Lacey or Brittany? Oh, Rafael Santiago for Alta.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, President Randall Trejo, esteemed Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, members of the Executive Cabinet, students, parents, and our school community, both present here and joining us online. From Alta, it is with heavy hearts that we mourn the passing of Anna Piercy, a dedicated and esteemed member of our Board of Trustees. Her unwavering commitment to our organization has left an indelible mark on our community, and her legacy of service will be remembered for years to come. Mrs. Piercy's passion, wisdom, and leadership have guided us through countless challenges, and her absence will be deeply felt by all of us who've had the privilege of knowing her. As we honor her remarkable contributions, we extend our deepest sympathies to her family and loved ones, keeping them in our thoughts and prayers during this difficult time of loss. And having known her, I know she would say right now, Raphael, get on with it. As we navigate through the final stretch of this academic year, we have witnessed remarkable events such as STEAMapalooza, student-led presentations, and capstone projects. You heard the student voice here tonight. Witnessing students sharing their educational journeys, growth, passions, projects, and aspirations for making a difference in our communities and workforce has been nothing short of inspiring. A special gratitude is owed to our teachers as we commemorate Teacher Appreciation Week, along with our dedicated staff and faculty for their unwavering guidance and support of our students. It's through deliberate efforts in crafting authentic and captivating learning experiences that we can celebrate the incredible achievements of all of our students. As we approach the culmination of this academic calendar, our school sites are geared up to conclude the year with vigor through a series of student activities, senior events, and graduations, while simultaneously getting ready for summer school. A huge shout out to all of our school sites for their civic action. In particular, I want to acknowledge Kennedy High School, Anaheim High School, and South for their civic learning awards. We also would like to recognize and celebrate our parent cohort who completed their capstone and earned their Google certificates. The parent cohort consisted of over 100 participants who upskilled in project management, personal growth, and showcased their commitment to being a lifelong learner. Continuing this year, our class of 2024 will be visiting elementary schools on May 20th to do their grad walks. This is an opportunity for students to visit their elementary schools, and as a former elementary school teacher, what a treat it would be to have them visit and inspire the next generation of AUHSD graduates. I'd like to conclude with a message to our graduating seniors. Congratulations. As you embark on this exciting journey beyond our walls, remember that the road ahead is filled with endless possibilities and adventures. So go out there, be confident, follow your dreams, and remember that the magic of your future lies within you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafael. Our student is here, Jade Huang. Welcome, Jade.
Thank you. My name is Jade, and I attended the student forum on March 20th, 2024, and I appreciated the very notion of a space for students to ask questions. And while the forum was 2 months ago, what transpired is still incredibly relevant because it speaks upon the principles of those we have in charge at our district. So I'll be frank and give my very honest opinion. Starting off with how it felt like Superintendent Mr. Matsuda was just following a script while being reliant on Dr. Fried to speak for every question. For instance, in my conversation that I had with Matsuda after the forum had ended officially, we asked about the specificity of our district's budget and reserve, but Mr. Matsuda suddenly spoke of the teachers' salaries and how we couldn't have it all, as in the teachers' health benefits and a high salary for every teacher, when that wasn't a question whatsoever. And then when we reinstated our question to Mr. Matsuda, the conversation was then directed to Dr. Fried. Furthermore, the lack of a recording of what transpired at the event is strange, especially considering the demonization of misinformation. Yet there's no record of the information that's deemed correct. There are about 40 students, and a majority of them were student ambassadors attending the student forum, so that information is not available to the other students, parents, and teachers that deserve to know, which is now only able to be spread through word of mouth, which will cause miscommunication and misinformation. And the reason why, and I asked Mr. Matsuda and Dr. Fried personally, was to provide students with privacy so that they had free room for questions, but it's clear to me that the outrage shown by parents, teachers, and the large majority of students means that they would want to know. My final point is that there was a section that rubbed me the wrong way earlier, or that was also mentioned by one of my peers earlier, where they spoke with no humanity for the circumstances of the teachers, continuously saying that it was a simple math formula where the student-to-teacher ratio was, I believe, 32 to 1, so 32 students to 1 teacher. And I'm so sorry that you all have to take that with a grain of salt solely because there was no record of what happened at the forum, or an official record or evidence of what happened at the forum. But this is so inaccurate because I'm sure every student, every person, and I hope you all know, is that the higher some classes go, like VAPA classes, will have less students because they are not required. This basically means that the 32 to 1 ratio is not applicable to all classes, so if it doesn't follow through consistently, then it leads to too many students in a class. So even now, classrooms have almost 40 in one class. I have 38 in majority of my classes. So not only did this phrase continuously minimize the affected livelihoods of teachers, it also just doesn't accurately represent our schools. So overall, in the superintendent and the assistant superintendent's goal of dismissing rumors, there was an inaccessibility to a lot of information that would allow for more developed opinions and explanations, and for a lack of better words, that inaccessibility is gross. Thank you.
We have another student speaker, and forgive me if I mispronounce it. Is it Loanella? I apologize. How do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry.
Isabella.
Pardon me?
Isabella.
Isabella, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isabella Barayo. I'm a student at South Junior High. I just wanted to come up and say I disagree with you guys laying off our teachers because I am worried about my education and in the future of my education. And you guys need to make better decisions because without teachers, like I said, we're not gonna have a better education, and I ask, please do not lay off our teachers. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.
Thank you. All right, thank you, students. Is there anyone from the Parent-Teacher Student Association, ETSA? Yes. Jesse, there you are. Welcome, Jesse.
Good evening, board and cabinet. This is the end of our PTA. We're coming up on the end of our PTA term, and this is actually my last board meeting representing on behalf of Anaheim Secondary Council PTSA. We will be having a new PTA president next year, so you guys will be in very good hands, hailing from Western, Laura Allen. So I'll be inviting her to come speak at a future board meeting. I just wanted to thank giving us a space to speak and all of the support we've had. We've had O'Neill, Jessica, Anne Marie, and Miss Catherine Smith at many of our events and cabinet as well. So thank you for supporting PTSA. I just want to also, on behalf of PTSA, wish all of our teachers and staff across the district a happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I know our PTSAs are out there busy, working hard, hopefully showing their appreciation at like staff lunches and breakfasts across the district. So I know they're out there doing the good volunteer work that we're known for across the district. And thank you again for the past 2 years serving as council president. Has been a pleasure. I will be around at my sites, but not on council. But I'm still on very many other committees, so you'll still see me. And then just special shout out to my son's teachers for teacher appreciation. I know it's not easy out there for my child's teachers, so thank you so much for your patience. We're doing the best we can. But no, he's doing great, and shout out to Mr. Garcia, because band has really been a big highlight of his time at Anaheim High School. So thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, for your service the last 2 years. And also, Hope School parents had, yes.
Yes, Hope was, under my tenure, we started Hope, but also Gilbert High School now has a PTSA, so shout out to the Gilbert team. We're super, super proud that Gilbert now has a PTSA. It was, we fought for that one. So thank you so much to the teachers. We are so, so happy with a lot of support from the staff at Gilbert. So we're really, really proud to now have a PTSA at all of our comprehensive sites. So yay!
Bravo. Good work. Okay, we have one speaker for this item. Do they wish to come forward now before the presentation? Ms. Germain?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. I'm not going to introduce myself. You guys all know me. I would like to recall a resolution by this board that was passed in April 2019, declaring our district a bastion on democracy and pledging for transparency and accountability. In addition to the pledge, it called our elected school board officials to adhere to the principles of accountability and transparency. This resolution was voted on by three of our current members, and Piercy including, and signed by Superintendent Matsuda on April 19th, 2019, so 5 years ago. With that in mind, I'd like to call your attention to item 8.1 on this agenda and the Exhibit A. On April 21st of this year, AUHSD issued a statement about its consultants. In that document, you stated that Manuel Colon is not a current employee, but a consultant. And yet in Exhibit A, it states that he is the chief academic officer of the district. I'm confused. What is it? Is this document correct? How many other mistakes do we have in our board agenda? Or is it that our administration is too busy speaking at conventions, writing books, promoting themselves to focus on the business of this district. Is this why our HR of Human Resources doesn't know the definitions of the special programs that AUHSD values more than our individual teachers? How many consultants read this document? Which one of our many directors is responsible for actually reading our agendas? Furthermore, do we have any of our current board members who have read the complete agenda? It's 500 pages long. I know it's a lot, but we need to take the responsibility for the accuracy and transparency of this document. I also want to call your attention to page 31 and 32 of the 2024 Pluralism Master Plan. Plurilingual Master Plan? Sorry, plurilingual. On that page, we're thanking our people who have contributed to our English Learners Master Plan. 6 of them, at least 6 of them, are being terminated and on the RIF list. Is this how we thank our employees? Which one of the 5 C's is this? On page 130, it shows our pathways, all of which, with all this talk about AI, could you please tell our parents and students at Catella High School and Western High School how they can enroll in the computer sciences classes that are offered in the pathway, that we no longer have the staff there? When are we going to update these documents? When are the directors who are responsible for these programs going to actually review the documents and tell our community what is actually going on here?
Thank you, Ms. Newman. Your time is up. Thank you. Now we will have a presentation with our District English Learner Advisory Committee, DLAC.
Board President Randall Trejo, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Renee Bryant, our Director of Political Services, who will introduce our presenters.
Board President Randall Trejo, Board Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet. It is my pleasure to introduce Britza Mendoza, our current DLAC President, our District English Learner Advisory Committee President. This is her very last DLAC presentation to the board, so please come on up, Britza.
Thank you. Good evening. Okay, this is our DLAC team. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead and introduce your team.
Yes. Please stand out, my team. Natividad Vasquez, Vice President. Marcelina Hernandez and Sofia Romero. Thank you. I'm so sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I have to leave. Oh. No, en inglés. Okay. Sí, primero en inglés. No sé qué me pasó. Okay, I do it in Spanish. Okay, yes. Thank you for your patience. I'm very nervous. This is difficult, but okay. TILA cumple con los requisitos que establecidos en el título 3. Y you have every copy for that. You have a copy, okay. Only make an only highlight for you see in your copies. Okay, esos son los datos que tenemos, todo el censo que tenemos de los estudiantes de inglés. Y ustedes, cada uno de ustedes tienen ahí la copia donde pueden seguir en las líneas. Tenemos 5,966 estudiantes con un 22% de la matriculación en total, con un dominio en inglés que ya han sido reclasificados, que son 12,460 estudiantes y un 45% matriculación en total. Todos matriculados con estudiantes de aprendices de inglés. Tenemos un total de 67 lenguajes representados en nuestro país, en nuestro distrito, perdón. Yeah, okay. Okay.
So the AUHSD language consensus for the 23-24 school year, the English learners, ELs, and the plurilingual, we have 5,420 students, 20.1% of total enrollment. Proficient, fluent English proficient, what we call FEP, is initial FEP plus reclassified FEP, 12,325 students, 46% of total enrollment. Ever ELs, EL plus I FEP plus R FEP equals 17,745, 66% of enrollment. Home language represented, Spanish, we got 13,862 of 52%. Vietnamese, 1,200 of 4%. Korean, 714, 3%. Arabic, 451, 2%. Tagalog, 411, 2%. Tagalog, sorry. And 66, I'm English learner, 66 other languages other than English, 1,119, making it 4%. Reclassified fluent English proficient, 630, 12%. Seal of biliteracy, 1,158, that's for 23-24, making that 25%. Additional students may have received the seal of biliteracy pending on results of their English language AP exams.
Thanks to work our students and staff and family and community in the last 4 years, our graduating rate is English language. Students have increased. The RAG, A3G, completion and increase. We have also increased the rate of the state seal validity attainment. District seniors have earned over 10,000 state seal validities. And for this year, we have celebration to Esther Park was awards to OCDE Interpreter Translator of the Year's Award. And I have to mention to Sycamore Junior High ELD and DLI programs were awarded the 22-23 Cabe Seal Excellent Award. And, and Dr. Brian Cabe District Administrator of the Year. This is for the parental empowerment activities. Passing annual need assessments, survey results, and LCAP input. This I want to highlight to the parent leadership are project by Simon Silva. This is good project we have this year, and many other. You can read in the copy. Okay. And we have a goal for 22-23. This is goals, objectives, and activities. This is Saturday Language Academy before, after school, and Saturdays. Language program at various school sites. And our district currently offers 8 words language. ASL, Arabic, French, Japanese, Korean, Mandarin, Spanish, and Vietnamese. Yeah. Yes. Please follow the copies. It's better. And for this side, we have a newcomer welcome center based in the Language Assignment Center and Community School approach. California's Together Professional Learning for Supporting Newcomer and Refugee Scholar. Recommendation to the board for 24-25. DLAC would like to highlight the following recommendation to the board. Continue to strengthen ELAC at the school size. Continue to provide leadership training for ELAC parents, EL, PL administrators, and EL, PL coordinators. Organize DLAC and ELAC collaboration with other parent groups and community organizations. And these are recommendations for the board 24 to 2025. Create a community for parent and special education parents similar to DLAC. Continue to support and expand social work service. Continue and encourage work around the belief models. El Chodaiwil, El Toolkit, Project Learn, and increasing teacher capacity to decrease the opportunity gap and increase the access and success of PL-ELs. Yeah, this is the recommendation.
We would like you to accept the plurilingual master plan with the following changes. Obviously, in our references section, we did have the original Career Preparedness Systems Framework document. It was an appendix item, so people could see the original copy. So that is why it cited Manuel Colon as an author, but that is our fault for not making sure the date was very evident. So please accept my apology for not making sure the date was on there, but an appendix item is usually the original item. So that's why the original item was included in there. So we ask you to please accept this plurilingual master plan with that change. And if we need to bring it back for other changes, that it's a large plan. I call it my second dissertation. It's about 200 pages now. So I really do appreciate a close eye on it. As has been stated many times by the speakers, we're all human, and so humans do make errors. And so I want to thank you for your grace in allowing me to go back and correct any error that anyone would find. So you want to ask them to approve it?
Yeah. Sí, por favor, apruébenlo.
Fantastic. Okay.
Bien. Y todos nuestros cursos han sido liderados por los estudiantes. Y han ganado el sello de bilingüismo.
All of our courses have been guided by our students, and they have earned the state seal of biliteracy.
And now we have the new board for the 2024-2025. Well, okay. Natividad Vázquez for president, for the next year. And Marcelina Hernandez for outreach, and Sofía Romero for outreach too. Yeah. Y las otras muchachas no vinieron. And we have for secretary Hilda Sanchez for Loara High School, and for Vice President Julieta Ramirez for Savannah and Brookus Junior High. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for the continuing and trust us. Thank you very much.
So at the privilege of the board president, Randall Trejo, we would like to ask for a photo with the Board of Trustees, with our DLAC, and then we also have certificates from Sharon Quirk-Silva's office and Senator Tom Umberg's office to present to our amazing parent leaders. Let's give it up for them.
I did have one question.
Yes,
Did
please.
anybody
Any
else have
questions?
any questions about the report? I just wanted to ask you the difference between the Heritage Language Program and the Newcomer Program. What distinguishes the two?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for our heritage language program, it is considered something like Spanish for Spanish speakers 1, 2, 3. So those are courses that are developed for scholars who are coming in with their heritage language, or students coming in with their heritage language. Our newcomers program is different than that. So we're making sure that we are building upon the language that they come in with, but that we're also increasing their English language proficiency.
Okay, thank you. I appreciated the glossary in the back, and I also appreciated the acronyms, because that's all, we always use these titles and the definitions too. So thank you very much.
Thank
I love
you.
this living document. That's what
Right?
it is.
That's because I'm going to make a mistake. So I have to go back and correct it. So thank you.
Bravo. Thank you so much, board. We appreciate you.
All right, let's stand up, ladies. Let's get some love. We're also going to ask Esther Park to come up and get some love and some flowers as well. All right. So as you get your certificates.
Britza Mendoza. Oh. Natividad Vázquez.
These were not district funds spent on this, just want to clarify, these are Renee Bryant's funds.
Liliana Bataz, María Alejandra Barbosa, Sofía Romero y Marcelina Hernández.
Hello, my name is Anthony Monroy. I'm with the Office of Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk Silva's office. And a proud Anaheim High School grad. And just quick short, on behalf of the Assembly District 67, we'd like to congratulate our community leaders and their parents for this great program. Congratulations.
Solo quiero agradecer por todo este tiempo, todos estos años. We're here for 15 years in this district, and I am very proud about all of you. Araceli, thank you so much.
Bravo, Brisa.
And Dr. Brian, thank you.
Bravo.
Carlos. Thank you. This is my last time here, but I'm very grateful for all of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, item 8.2, District Community Schools Update and Possible Expansion.
Right, it also gives me great pleasure to bring up our Director of Community Schools and Family and Community Engagement, Mr. Carlos Hernandez. He's gonna be able to introduce the members of the steering committee and folks who are gonna be participating with him tonight. Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Dr. Freed. Good evening, Board President, board members, and Cabinet. It is an honor to hang out with these amazing people, and in the audience here are amazing community schools, staff, steering committee members, students, family partners, and all of you watching at home. The district's community schools model lives through an equitable asset-based approach focused on existing community strengths and nurturing potential. These, in 10 minutes, are the areas that you'll see my teammates share and highlight. Again, 10 minutes doesn't do it justice, but I appreciate the opportunity to share an update. It does say, possible expansion. We'll also talk about that. Some unfortunate news of expansion, but we'll get to that. As we understand the district's vision, our values, and our community schools approach are all part of the community schools work. An infrastructure, structures, and systems that align with the community schools model, create a safe place at the heart of the community where students, families, and educators and staff are connected, as well as work together to expand opportunities and address the needs of the whole child. So really, this umbrella is what community schools is about. It's the umbrella to all things. All of you are part of the work that we've been doing for a long time in the classroom, outside of the classroom, and all of you sitting here today in the rooms and at home. These are our 15 community schools. And as mentioned, back in 2019, thank you to the board, we started a pilot, piloted 2 schools, Sycamore and Anaheim. And then with the California Community Schools Partnership Program grant in 2022, we added 11 more, making 13. And just last year, with round 2 of that same fund, CCSPP, we added 2 more schools for a total of 15. This was round 3. We applied with these 6 remaining schools, and unfortunately, the state said, not this year. So we are still at 15. We're still cheering them on, but Parsme will talk about some things around the district, how we're working as a community to work through the community schools, because we are a community school district. It is my honor to introduce Miguel Hernandez, our CEO, our executive director from OCO, one of our community partners, and sits on the Community School Steering Committee to talk about our first component, community and cultural knowledge, amplifying student and community voice.
Thank you. It is an honor to present this section because as the director of a social justice organization, and actually came from a march, pro-immigration march, that's why I'm wearing this t-shirt here, actually organized by Anaheim students, so very proud. So as a social justice organization, we believe that students and communities' lived experience is foundational to creating community schools of belonging where all students thrive. By choosing to use street data, as you can see in this slide, we are flipping the data dashboard upside down to center the experiences of those who matter most. The families, the students, and the educators who breathe life into learning. We are moving from deficit to abundance thinking, which explicitly centers the community's cultural and experiential wealth. At the start, okay. That's all right. At the start of the 2023-24 year, each school site hosted a unique community reflective learning tour. As educators and student staff navigated through the community, stories from students, parents, and staff were shared, bringing to life the diverse experiences and perspectives within our district. The purpose of is to have a shared experience to center the community's cultural and experiential wealth. And then I'll turn it over to our next person.
That's me. Oh, back. Oh, just kidding. All right. The Community Reflective Learning Tours. Was that still me? That was. All right. Community Voice Circles is part of collecting that cultural wealth through street data. And so our schools, 15 of our schools, and took, as you just see there, the purpose of community schools is to foster deep listening. And that is what we did. We listened and to understand those experiences, those challenges. We used it at various locations, Orangeview Western, through the consolidation process to listen and understand those challenges. It is change and it is challenging. So as one example, another way of capturing street data. And Simon Silva, as was described by our last presentation, is another way of collecting those voices. Our families talked about their lived experiences, and through art, there was a process of healing. And so street data was collected. I think many of you participated in that. Again, different ways of capturing the cultural wealth as Miguel described. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our teacher representing the teachers that are centering classrooms in the community schools approach. Our community school teacher lead at Catella High School, Diana Gomez.
Good evening. First of all, my condolences to you all. It's very evident how much Ms. Piercy meant to you all. All right, so community-based instruction is powerful instruction that helps increase student engagement by connecting classroom learning to real-life experiences, to learning about issues that are relevant to our students, their communities, and their families, by improving their sense of ownership and agency. Classrooms are uplifting the hopes and dreams of our school community by using the needs and assets assessment data to help engage our students through the performance task assessments and real-life project-based learning. Student voice is magnified by fostering opportunities for students to solve community issues and uplifting hopes strengths, and interests through student action. I believe our community schools, teacher leads, coordinators, and our initiative is the heart of our schools. They connect our community through the good times and the hard times by helping our community feel heard, connected, valued, and loved. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. All right, and I'm going to bring up the manager of community schools to talk about how we are expanding horizons through partnerships in Anaheim Union.
All right. Good evening, esteemed board, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet, parents, students, colleagues, community partners, and members, both here and online. Our student representative said it perfectly today, and he said that this is work of unity. It's work of coming together as a community to support our students and our families, and that is what we're doing with our partners. I'm going to share just a couple examples of what it means for us as a district to partner with our community agencies to support our students and provide opportunities and access so that our students have purpose and are able to serve our community. One of those is a community schools internship opportunity that began last summer, where we had 16 interns, student interns, that were able to get paid $18 per hour, work 20 hours a week, and they were able to provide our communities with food insecurity pantries that supported our students and families across the district. We also continue to expand that program because of its success, and this was a partnership that was brought together, that was sponsored by a combination of partners, right? Coming together as a community, the City of Anaheim, Hope Builders, Californians for All. And in the spring of 2024, we hired 16 more interns to continue expanding this opportunity in addition to what we hired in the summer. I am happy to announce that this summer, for community schools alone, because there's other internship opportunities, we're gonna bring in an additional 60 students that are gonna have the opportunity to get paid for their service, to find purpose, and to serve the community that they live in and to bring in impact and change here. So what a wonderful opportunity and an example of communities coming together. Community schools is all about addressing the needs of our families and our students. It's not making assumptions about what we believe as a district, but it's really building on those needs. And through our community schools assets needs survey, we identified a need collectively as students, parents, that we needed to improve our school culture and safety. And as the Community School Steering Committee, we were responsive to that, and we brought on Neutral Ground to provide support for our schools. 9 schools are currently served by Neutral Ground, and these are some of the examples of the support that they're doing. They're performing circles with our students. They're restorative circles. They're providing outside opportunities for them to be involved in alternatives to what is currently available. And again, this is just one of the many examples that's available of community schools being responsive to the needs of our students and our families. With that notion that it takes a community, we want to make sure that we are providing our families and our students with an opportunity to know what resources are available for them out there. At the beginning of the school year, we talked about a map, a network of support. Well, we now have this map available on our community schools website. That's a work in progress, right? We're gonna continue to enhance this, but our families are able to go on there and they're able to look for their school site, and then this map will populate a list of partnerships that are available for them. And again, this is a work in progress, but we're just excited that this is just one of the many enhancements that community schools is able to provide our district with. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. Now, leading with innovation, we like to talk about how we are reflective in our learning, and we also share our leading to be able to help support all students, all communities around. Jesse Alvarez, one of our parents, representing our amazing parents that sits on the steering committee, will share about that.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and just highlight a couple ways we're truly leading the work here in AUHSD in leading with innovation. First, their community schools leading and learning visits. We've hosted over 650 attendees at our leading and learning visits, which have included teachers, district leaders, association leaders, parents, board members, educational partners, state, national, and global attendees as far away as Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and even Korea. And on the learning aspect of the leading and learning, feedback from attendees that we've been able to gather from them is on equity and meeting needs, that there's a commitment that they've seen, that there's a commitment to providing an equitable education that addresses the whole child. Programs and resources are not one size fits all, but tailored to meet diverse student and family needs. Questions that have been raised for us to consider have been how are new staff onboarded and trained, and how do we ensure staff buy-in and commitment. Another way that we're leading the work is through being identified as a deep dive model in California. We're one of, so what are deep dives and how were we selected? So we're one of 3 unique education agencies with implementation grants to capture a vertical slice of the system from the practice level to the policy level. In AUHSD, we are ground in the philosophy that community schooling is all of our work. Centering classroom instruction within community schooling and learning from meaningful collaborative structures and practices. A team of ours, we visited West Contra Costa Unified School District, community school teacher leads Suzanne Miranda from Dale, Katrina Mundy from Magnolia, and Jennifer Ortiz from Anaheim came back and shared these lessons learned to the rest of the community school staff. All of those that attended the West Contra Costa deep dive visit shared lots of affirmations with AUHSD team around our community schools approach, specifically that we have tremendous support from our district and ASTA around professional learning, that our assets and needs truly drives our work in implementing performance task assessments and capstone reflections, and that we honor collaborative leaderships at site and district community school teams, along with the voice circles that we talked about earlier.
Broke it. Oh, okay, it's okay, we're fine. The last component, it's always awesome to have students here sharing long-term transformation. We are a community school district, and from Cypress High School, representing our students, is Parsmi Rajput.
AUHSD really is a community school district. All schools are helping their sites thrive through the community schools approach, such as systems and structures like the LCAP, where we're improving how we identify assets, interests, strengths, resources, needs, and areas of growth, by learning to better braid available funds, and bringing community and cultural wealth into all classrooms and raising student voice to help our students take action and help communities thrive. You may find the CCSPP implementation plans for each of the 15 community schools on our AUHD website, and these implementation plans will soon be found on each of their school websites as well. Thanks to the CCSPP grant, our district community school steering committee made a recommendation to the district cabinet, and the board has approved these new positions to begin to execute a sustainability plan. These 2 positions, the research analyst, Mr. Danny Juarez, and the Medi-Cal billing specialist, Ms. Heather Hutner, have specific roles in helping tell our community story and help retain funding through Medi-Cal billable services in-house.
Thank you, Parsmi. All right, and in the last 30 seconds that we have, we are going to share about moving forward, looking in, into 2024. 25, actually in the summer, we have schools already beginning to enhance and enrich what they are offering. Orangeview and Sycamore being 2 examples are introducing summer reading enrichment programs, support programs to be able to support the students. Teachers and instructional aides and other staff will be around, supporting, targeting reading interventions in the classroom to be able to help our students thrive. Shout out to Catella High School, thinking about what they're doing to build capacity starting in the summer. Again, our Diana and our 5Cs, Taiwan, are leading the way in terms of building capacity with community-based learning. So teachers are coming in and they're being asked, how can they incorporate community-based learning? And those are just some examples of what they're looking at the data, looking at ethnic studies framework, and looking at cultural mapping to help improve that. And as Kenny mentioned, we are enhancing the partner information. It's a map that is live, and we are adding services to each of those partnerships. So you can look at the partners, and the services will pop up. That is next. Again, as mentioned, unfortunately, Anaheim Union did not add any community schools this year with round 3, but Anaheim Elementary did, and they have now 21 community schools, which is awesome. That's going to help the community. It's going to help our students, our staff, our community, our parents thrive. And again, and that is really our measures of success here in Anaheim Union, in the city of Anaheim, Anaheim Elementary, and together we thrive. And with that, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you, and we open it up for questions.
I just wanted to get a little bit more information on the medical billing. You're going to start that soon?
We actually did. So we approved.
Started? Okay.
That was recommended at the beginning of the year, and we hired Heather. And Heather is now working. At the end of this school year, you will have a full report on all of the funding that was captured, from years past. That is billable. That was billable. Our staff, our counselors have been added to billable. Our social workers are doing more. Our psychs, so I don't want to leave anybody out. Our speech pathologists, so many capturing funding that is coming right back to help sustain the good work.
Bravo.
I just had one question. Really excited for Anaheim Elementary School District and their new 21 schools. Are we looking to collaborate with them as we serve the same students? I know they just got the grant, but
yeah, we're not even waiting because it's not official until May 8th or 9th at the state board. But I already texted Yadira Moreno and I said, we're partnering.
Okay.
You're doing some amazing work, and we want to do this together because together we thrive. So yes, and then we'll get going as soon as we end the year.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? All right, thumbs up. Bravo,
Thank you very much for your time.
Daniela, are you okay? Do you have to leave, or can you stay? You okay? I wanted to move that next item up, just in case you wanted to vote first. Because we have a number of speakers. Just in case? We want to move the item up so that you can vote, just in case you have to leave. You okay? All right. Moving on to public comments, open session items. Opportunities for public comments occur at the beginning of each agenda item, and items not on the agenda. Persons wishing to address the board should have completed a speaker request form and submit it. And each speaker is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Each topic or item is limited to a total of 20 minutes. Board members cannot immediately respond to public comments as stated on the speaker request form. And first up, Santana Ruiz. UC Irvine. Welcome.
Good evening, board, cabinet, miembros de la comunidad. Buenas noches. I am Santana Ruiz. I'm the interim executive director of the Center for Educational Partnerships at UC Irvine. And I'm just here to provide a brief update on the success of the intersegmental partnership, the Anaheim Pledge, that we developed back in 2017. Now in our actually 7th year of the pledge. And I could go on many data points, but I think I'm just going to actually give an example of one very important one that actually really spells out the success of the district as a whole. And I mean as a whole, everybody included. So in 2018, which was the inaugural class of the pledge, the average GPA across the 9 undergraduate campuses for first-year students was 3.15. For Anaheim students at UCI, it was 3.45. So that was the inaugural class in 2018. Now I'll jump up to 2021, which is the last year we have data for UC system-wide. So for the UC system, the average GPA for first-year students completing their first year was 3.25. For Anaheim students at UCI, it was 3.46. So things are working in Anaheim, clearly. As you all know, it's and I'll tell you, this year we received 122,000 applications for freshman students with an enrollment target of roughly 7,000. So if you do the math, and it's been very, very competitive every year, but we're a very data-driven partnership, along with Cal State Fullerton, Cypress College, and Fullerton College. We formed the Anaheim Pledge. And what was an emerging partnership in 2017, we now consider it a mature partnership based on the success. And given the presentations today from the students and the options, we hope to continue this, because it is going to be more and more selective at every level moving forward. But we feel confident in partnering with Anaheim Union High School District, because the proof is in the data, and students are doing well at UCI. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Adriana Badillo, Cal State Fullerton. Welcome, Adriana.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, everyone, for being here. I know it's a lot of comment, and it's wonderful to see the students come up here, and it takes me back to when I was a high school student coming to the board meetings. But my name's Adriana Badillo, and I'm the director for the Center for Educational Partnership. But tonight, I'm also an alumni of Sycamore Junior High and Anaheim High School. So to me, it's a pleasure to be here in front of you in that dual role, or dual identity here. At Cal State Fullerton, our Center for Educational Partnerships has been a committed partner of AUHSD, and for that, we are really proud to share that one of our programs, our Gear Up program, our Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate program, will be turning 25 years this year. That partnership began with AUHSD in 1999. It's about $27 million later. About 9,000 students later. Our goal has remained the same. We want to make sure that our students in the Anaheim Union High School District have opportunities not only to come to Cal State Fullerton, as we would love them to come to our campus, but that they have opportunities to go to community college, UCI, our partners at North Orange County Community College District. And for us, it's a true commitment as a partner, and we are very happy to be working with the UHSD in this committed relationship of 25 years. For us, this also means opportunities to also, for me, be proud to see one of our Gear Up alumni on the board, and to be able to see the impact that our programs create in the work in our community. As I am also a product of our Educational Talent Search program at Cal State Fullerton, which has been on your campus on your district for over 30 years. I am a product of the program. I am a product of the partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Adriana. Superintendent Dana Lynch from ROP. Welcome.
Thank you, President Randall Trejo. Before I begin, I want to express my condolences to the family of Anna Piercy and the entire AUHSD community. Anna was a friend, and she will be greatly missed. My name is Dana Lynch, and I serve as the superintendent of the North Orange County Regional Occupational Program. Recently, I was inspired by your STEAMapalooza event to speak. Last year, I wanted to do it, but didn't have the ability, so today I am. Over 50 years ago, AUHSD partnered with 3 other school districts to establish the North Orange County Regional Occupational Program, also known as No-Crop. Originally designed to provide high school and adult students with practical, hands-on training for employment in a variety of career fields, No-Crop has evolved into a tremendously successful economic driver for regional workforce needs. With over 250,000 students served since 1971, No-Crop has changed lives for the better and has created career-ready communities. I would like to take this opportunity to commend the Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, and the entire AUHSD educational community for your partnership to elevate career education. It is clear that the Unlimited You tagline represents a student-centered vision for education that is backed up with a meaningful career preparedness systems framework, a deliberate focus on the skills that matter most, your 5 C's, an engaging emphasis on work-based learning through your AIM program, and I don't want to forget the strides you've made to engage students and families through community schools. These efforts reinforce the importance of educating students for the world of work. In less than 10 years, your school district has pioneered innovations to revolutionize our educational system. Your team has reshaped curriculum, instruction, assessment, counseling, and community outreach, thus ensuring students are not only learners, but future-ready citizens. I extend a heartfelt thank you to the Anaheim Union High School District Board of Trustees. Your unwavering support and dedication make these advancements possible. Additionally, Superintendent Matsuda, members of Cabinet, district and school site administrators, counselors, teachers, and support staff deserve recognition for their vital roles in this endeavor. Your daily efforts to bring these values to life, turning visionary plans into tangible results for every student. It is your dedication in the classrooms, offices, and throughout your school communities that truly make the difference. Finally, on behalf of the student members of the North Orange County Regional Occupational Program's National Technical Honor Society, NTHS, Chapter 4488, we would like to recognize the impact of career technical education and the leadership of Superintendent Matsuda for making that happen. The NTHS motto is "Success favors the prepared mind." Thank you to the entire AUHSD community for elevating career preparedness to ensure that your students' first successes start right here in AUHSD. So, Mr. Matsuda, I'd like to present you with this.
Thank you, Mr. Lynch, Superintendent Lynch. Yvonne Gonzalez Duncan. Welcome.
Good evening, AUHSD trustees, esteemed superintendent, cabinet, community members, and staff. My name is Yvonne Gonzalez Duncan, and I serve as the president of Anaheim LULAC Council number 2848. LULAC stands for League of United Latin American Citizens. On behalf of our membership, I'm honored to share the following statement with you. As one of the nation's oldest civil rights organizations, we recognize our duty and obligation to lend our voice during times of economic challenge, particularly those impacting the district we deeply cherish and support. First and foremost, we wish to express our unwavering support for the dedicated teachers at Anaheim Union High School District. We understand they are the bedrock of our district, tirelessly committed to providing our children with the highest quality education. Additionally, we extend our support to the classified staff, instructional assistants, clerical staff, maintenance personnel, bus drivers, and others who play integral roles in nurturing our students and fostering community both inside and outside the classroom. It's important to acknowledge that many of these individuals not only work within Anaheim Union High School District, but also reside within our community, a fact that often goes unnoticed. Anaheim Union High School District has been a pioneer in embracing a holistic approach to education, championing initiatives such as dual language education, the Community Schools Initiative, career pathways, and civic engagement. These programs, which are instrumental in nurturing well-rounded individuals, are made possible through the dedication and expertise of our teachers, many of whom are currently facing challenges due to RIFs. We urge the board to consider these vital factors when deliberating on budgetary cuts. It's imperative that we strike a balance between honoring seniority rights and ensuring equitable treatment for all. We understand that navigating the current budget deficit and RIF process is no easy feat, especially given the mandates imposed by state and federal laws. To the esteemed Board of Trustees, we stand behind you and trust in your ability to make informed and equitable decisions. The future of our children hinges upon the choices we make today. Thank you for their steadfast commitment to our community and well-being.
Yan Fu.
Good evening, Board. My name is Mary Ann Fu, and I'm the Executive Director of OCAPICA, the Orange County Asian and Pacific Islander Community Alliance. And before I speak, I just want to say, you know, I came in Orange County in 1990, and I remember this school district was not what it is today. I remember the police, I remember anti-immigrant folks, I remember the Minutemen, and I remember that there were no voices, parent voices, student voices. I remember that there wasn't a diversity of school board members, and it all changed, and this whole district transformed. And so even though you're going through a lot of pain right now, and there seems to be a lot of conflict, there's a lot of hope too, because you've come so far, you know, and you are a model. And so I just want to show my appreciation as a community partner. We have never had this type of access nor partnership in any other school district. And, you know, I wanted to also clarify concerns or questions about, I've heard other people say, well, you know, is this money going to OCAPICA, or all these specialized programs? You know, you're using this money that should be going to teachers. But a lot of this money comes from the community partners. So for example, we've brought in $8.1 million in grant funding to do programming such as college preparation or career pathways, mental health, civic engagement. And we wouldn't have been able to do that without the partnership of the district and the teachers and the principals and the students and all of the schools. So just to let you know, like Cal State Fullerton, UCI, OCAPICA, many of the community organizations who are part of the community schools and have been around, we've been around for 27 years, we really work in partnership with you, but we are able to get the private funding to come in and do these resources. And it wouldn't have been able to occur if the district didn't want to open up its doors and do these partnerships with community organizations and corporations and businesses to say, we really want the best for our students. The other thing that I think could be confusing is a lot of the funds that the district might receive for specialized programming is restricted. And so I know for parents or others, you're wondering, well, why didn't you just use this funding for teachers? And I know they would if they could, but a lot of the funders are saying, no, it has to go to this special program, or we'll fund you for this. And so I just wanted to know, let you all know that it can be confusing, but to know that never, ever has the district ever given us funding to say, hey, we're going to replace this funds that should have gone to teachers or schools to give to you. That just doesn't happen. And so you should really be proud. All of these special programs that occur is because of the opening of the doors and the special partnerships that this school district has created that didn't exist before. Thank you.
Joshua Bilbrew, gear up. Gail Kairos.
Superintendent Matsuda, Board President Randall Trejo, esteemed board, it's great to see you. And I'm here because on March 25th, the business community of Orange County acknowledged and recognized a group of amazing young people of the Anaheim district. So my name is Gail Kairos, and I'm here to represent the Ronald M. Simon Family Foundation Simon Builders Program, and to present you with a page from the Orange County Business Journal highlighting the students of our Simon Builders program at Anaheim High School in the residential and commercial construction career pathway. I also have a collage of photos from what the students have done. It's because of this district's unique culture of innovation and entrepreneurship that the business and industry is taking note of your career training and preparation programs and is coming alongside our exceptional students to support, encourage, and ultimately hire them into the gratifying and well-paying career of the construction trades. Through this grant, our students earn their OSHA 10 industry certification. They have a chance to build a tiny house, top to bottom, that is livable when it's done. It's actually inspected and certified so that folks can live, or family can live in it. And they also participate in a paid work experience. On Thursday morning, they're visiting a construction site as part of a commitment from some of our industry partners who have said that they will work together to do everything possible to place 100% of our students. Superintendent Matsuda, Mr. Saldivar, Ms. Bean, Anaheim Principal, Mr. Calleros, Assistant Principal, Ms. Perez, our partners at North Orange County ROP, and our ROP instructor, Grady McNulty. We are so grateful and thank you for all that you've done to help us and support us so we can make this happen. Thank you.
Next speaker, Jose Moreno.
Madam President, trustees, Superintendent Matsuda and Cabinet, friends, los amigos of Orange County, Jose Moreno, I see many friends here. Budgets are boring. They're boring, but the realities are painful. And when we encounter these budget situations, los amigos of Orange County consistently ask, as we do many of the power brokers that we engage, sometimes confront, and we try to help, is it a choice or must you? And what I hear in our communities, what I hear from our teachers is you're making a choice. And you're making a value statement about what you think about our teachers, those we entrust with the education of our children. Los amigos of Orange County, we watched you make important choices that you didn't have to make. You fought for us. You transformed this district. Some of you have guided us. And you've shown us that when charter schools came to destabilize our system, you stood for teachers. You stood with teachers. When corporate Anaheim came to try to take tax dollars away from our kids, you showed up. When folks came and said we don't need housing in this city, you came. I want to remind us all there's a perfect storm that's creating a situation that's creating divisions amongst ourselves. Our city council refuses to implement an affordable housing policy, pushing our people out, and your data showed that. And now we're suffering the consequence of other people's lack of action. We have a state budget that is in the billions in the shortfall. And we have you trying to figure out how do we keep this ship afloat. We ask you to sustain the programs that we all fought so hard for. We ask you to listen to our teachers. We ask you to recognize we disagree with the decisions, but we understand. And we ask you to be transparent, continue your transparency, and be more explicit with the data. We need to understand, is there $210 million or not? And if there is, where is it going? Because perhaps we might understand better the choices that you're having to make that maybe are not choices, but in fact, things you must make. Love and compassion, as the Dalai Lama said, is a necessity, not a luxury. Our collective humanity depends on it. Love and compassion is a necessity in these times.
Next speaker, Shelley Hawkins. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Shelley Hawkins, and I'm a teacher at Cypress High School. I am among one of the 160 plus teachers whose positions remain in limbo because we're somehow less valuable after 10 or 20 years of loyalty to our students and to this district. I implore you to set aside the RIF based on skip criteria and use the seniority list that has been written as law for many years. I've been a teacher in this district for nearly a decade. I fall on the skip list. I should be thrilled. As I'm also above the level of seniority as it's currently written, I, and along with roughly 100 teachers, could easily be rescinded now. Either way, I fall in both categories. Either way, I should be rescinded. There are at least 100 of us that are sitting in those meetings wasting time that could be spent with our students. Instead, the district has decided to continue this charade, taking me out of the classroom for 8 days instead of allowing me time with my students who are so desperately trying to keep me. Do you know what the cost to the district is of having subs in 160 plus classrooms for 8 solid days? And there are not enough subs currently to even staff this. So as you all know, the district called on its own district personnel to have to go to the school sites to actually sub in classrooms. Teacher positions in these classrooms with students that you say matter. Instead, you're dragging us through this. One of you said you were losing sleep over this process. I'm actually a single parent and a mom to 3 teenagers who's looking at not only losing my livelihood, but losing my insurance. And at the end of the summer, should I have to go to another district, I also look at a huge pay cut because they don't take all the years of service that I've given. I've been losing sleep over this since March. In 2022, the district was pushing teachers to become nationally board certified. I, at the end of this year, will be nationally board certified. I am 2 points from being certified this year. And instead of getting to hone my craft, I'm being pulled away from my classroom with which to complete this work. I'm a teacher who's given so much to this district. I'm a teacher, a club advisor. I've taught every single summer since I started here, and if you don't make a decision on my job until after the hearings, I'll have to pack my things for the 5th time in this school district because I don't know if I'm coming back to Cypress next year. This process is cruel and unusual punishment. You have the power and the financial means. You have a savings account with at least $210 million in it. Stop this nonsense now. Rescind as many teachers as possible before the May 15th deadline that is in our contract. I get hundreds of questions every day from students asking if I'm going to stay, from parents, from staff in lunchrooms that are causing a ripple effect of stress across the district. If leadership cared as much as they profess, you would know what I teach, which is clear in the hearings that no one does. You would know what I do on campus. I have 3 extra duty services. I have taught so many of the skip criteria, there's no reason I should not be off the list. And I will say that Sarah Alakoud and Parsmi Reg Put are both on my FNL board, both of the 2 speakers that spoke tonight, and I just want to say that they're amazing, and I'm so proud of you all.
Rena Stanislaw.
Good evening. My name is Trina Stanislaw. I've been a special education teacher for the last 21 years, and I'm currently a teacher at Lexington Junior High School. Esparza, Khadijah, Zada, Vargas, Ward, Wolf Cornell, Tarango, Cordon Perez, Garibo, Chorn, Trout, True, Aguirre, Orona, Hoggett, Lee, Rose, Torres, Calvo, Taylor, Mixer, Torres, Doubt That, Larson, Nadine, Rodriguez, Shamas, Mesa, Hernandez, Crooks, Morris, Apollo, Aguayo, Jenkin, Case, Fieldson, Hill, Minor, Doherty, Clement, McKay, Mason, Ochoa, Tilson, Goldsmith, Leitner, Lorton, Seski, Tweed, Diaz, Ward, Lind, Frasco, Lee, Shandy, Hockoff, Torres. These are the names of the teachers who are going to lose their jobs unless this school board decides to take action. Much more than just the names on a piece of paper, these men and women are our children's club advisors, coaches, department chairs, athletic directors, tech coaches, 5Cs coaches. On any given day, these teachers wear the hat of counselor, confidant, nurse, advisor, and cheerleader to the students in our community. These men and women have given 7 years, 12 years, 15 years, 18 years, 21 years, 25 years of their lives, their blood, sweat, and tears to a school district that has decided that the only way to balance the budget is off the backs of teachers and not anywhere else. These teachers form the very fabric of our community and have molded the minds and hearts of hundreds, if not thousands, of our youth in their years of service. We stand in front of this board and ask you to listen. Listen to these parents and students who have come to these board meetings, who have called, who have sent emails, who have written speeches, who have gone to rallies, who have talked to the press. Listen to the parents and students. You have been entrusted by this community to do the right thing, and it's not too late. Thank you.
Tracy Heck.
Good evening. My name is Tracy Heck, and I have been a teacher in this district for 28 years. And I stand here before you because I have lost confidence in this school district that I love and I believe will employ me for 33 years. The layoffs of 119 teachers are not a budget matter at all, but a service layoff. So why did you, Mr. Matsuda and Dr. Neen, come to our schools and tell us that they were a result of a budget crisis? Our district is not laying off teachers because we don't have the money for their positions. They're laying them off, or let's just call it what it is, firing them because their service is no longer required. You no longer require the service of seasoned teachers, but the parents and students do, so why don't you? We have the money. Now, it can't be easy sitting up there, listening to speakers who are disappointed in your leadership. So I'm going to try something that I learned at the Illumination Institute Empathy training that I attended last week at the district. The training was about supporting deeper levels of empathy, compassion, and mindfulness. So I'm going to try and put myself in your shoes, the shoes of a decorated Vietnam vet, a former AUHSD graduate who was endorsed by our union, the Woman of the Year recipient, and the creator and innovator of Oxford Academy, and the shoes of a former teacher. I'm gonna pretend to be you. I have the power to rescind those rifts. I have the power not to skip teachers with years of dedicated service. I have the power to let these teachers go back and teach in their classrooms instead of going to Catella High School to participate in the Hunger Game hearings. The power to make important decisions that control people's livelihoods and the power to fix all this. And I'm the reason these teachers can't sleep at night and worry about their financial security. And I'm the reason these teachers who were not given a RIF notification are scared, because I'm attempting to chip away at seniority. And I'm the reason that these teachers, parents, and students don't like me right now. But I can make this right, and it only cost $11 million. I read the statement you released on April 25th regarding consultant contracts. And I know you can be empathetic, I know it. You stated, quote, these aren't just names on a piece of paper. They are people with real lives, business interests, and feelings. And you also said, quote, you can and should do better. Now imagine how much better those words would be if you meant them for your teachers and not for your business partners. So I ask you, can you do better? Thank you.
Dulce Sotelo. Dulce.
Hello, dear members of the board. My name is Dulce Sotelo, and I'm a proud mom of two young ladies, Haley and Eliana Sotelo. I've sat in this room as both my girls have spoken to advocate for their education. Now I stand in front of you to do the same for them and all of our students. The teacher layoffs have begun to affect our kids in a negative way. 8th grade students are receiving emails from their high school counselors informing them of the tough choice they have to make between AVID or the dual immersion program. A 0 period will not be an option as discussed earlier in the year because they won't have the staff available. It isn't fair for our students to have to choose between a program they began in kindergarten in hopes to receive the seal of biliteracy and an academic support program like AVID. Please take our students into consideration, make them a priority, let them keep the dedicated teachers who are willing to come in and accommodate our children's schedule. Thank you.
Casey Lang.
Now I'm ready. All right. Good evening, board. First, I want to applaud all of our students, these wonderful programs, all the great things that our kids are doing. And they're doing it standing on the shoulders of our teachers. And I'm deadly afraid that these programs will not be able to continue to thrive without their stewards. I wasn't planning on speaking tonight, so please forgive my pauses or lack of preparation. My speech is 100% human-generated. Let me also clarify the newcomer program that you asked about earlier. The newcomer program is taught by ELD teachers in an ELD department. Thank you for looking at me when I'm speaking. It makes me feel heard. This layoff process in my 21 years in this district is unprecedented. Today I want to narrow the topic to our newcomers. How appropriate on a night our DLAC parents presented their plan and recommendations for our newcomers and plurilinguals. Our newcomers are amazing students, and they're ELD teachers that provide them the courage to achieve in a strange new world, to push boundaries, to advocate, and to learn. President Randall Trejo, you have witnessed this firsthand in my classroom. When you visited my class and participated as a judge, when my newcomers pushed their voice to speak in important issues in their Project Soapbox speeches. It was a wonderful day. Mr. Saldivar and Dr. Freed, you also participated, and I'm forever grateful for that. And so are they. They were nervous, but appreciated. You both have also experienced, oh shoot, I gotta speed up. This was made possible through years of experience to orchestrate that moment. This is I wanna go back to now the DLAC recommendations. They recommended by DLAC to continue to provide training in parents and staff on socio-emotional needs and cultural competencies. This is an excellent recommendation. Do you know who is called upon to provide PD to our staff? Other teachers in this specified area? Experienced ELD teachers. Did you know that half of our ELD teaching staff has received RIFs? Teachers with 18 to 22 years of newcomer experience. Did you know that these teachers at the start of the year were declared under ELD department to only now be miraculously changed to ELA, as if ELD did not nor never did exist. I am a department chair of ELD. I run my own meetings, attend ELD district meetings, not ELA. My ELD department colleagues on every one of our campuses do this and more. Mr. Matsuda has often said the answers are in the room. Well, if these layoffs happen, the answers will leave the room. With up to 22 years of experience, let me skip to, we lose a combined of over 100 years experience if you lay off these teachers, especially in the ELD department. You will not have the experience to meet the recommendations of community schools, of our DLAC. You won't have it. The answers won't be in the room anymore. I recognize all these issues. And sometimes it is easy to fall into emotional stances. I'm asking you to look beyond just the one side you have been basing your decisions upon. You have been presented with many alternatives, many numbers. I ask that you look at the numbers that have been given to you from all sides. You have choices.
Thank you, Ms. Lang.
I'll leave you with Maya Angelou's words, when you know better, do better.
Thank you. Linda Martinez. Linda Martinez. Yesenia Rojas. Oh, Linda, go ahead.
Good evening. I am a proud product of this district. I've lived in Anaheim, I would say, my entire life. And the reason why I stand here today is because I couldn't be anywhere, just like many other people in my community couldn't be who they are without our teachers. I want to thank the teachers that built me. And there's some that are still at Anaheim High School. I want to thank them. Excuse me if I get emotional, because sometimes I think that this district, you guys in particular, are not making the right decisions. And sometimes I've spoken things here that may hurt you, or that you might take it negatively, but it's because I care. This is my community. This is our children. This is our teachers' lives. This is who we are. If we cannot contribute to the future of our children, where are we going to stand? I want to continue with my speech, and I want to say this. I want to thank all the teachers that are sitting here today. We stand with you. The teachers that are online, the ones that are not holding back to not be seen because they're scared of repercussion. We stand with you. Jessica Guerrero, you represent me in my district. Please remember the promises you made to this group of teachers. Stand behind your word. And to every board member, with respect, we ask that. I want to just ask for 1 minute just to say this. I want to thank our teachers for the incredible mentors and role models and the dedication, the guidance that they are to our children, their kind, caring nature that has made this world and this community a better place. We can believe in ourselves without limits when we walk with confidence, knowing that we're capable of achieving anything that we set our minds to, thanks to the guidance of our teachers. Please, Anaheim Union High School District, do not limit the future of our students by cutting our teachers' contracts. As we look at days ahead, we need you to prioritize that education in Anaheim is important. We stand with our teachers, and we hope that you do what's correct to protect the future of our students by saving our teacher contracts. The impact of these cuts will affect our children, the student and teacher ratios. Please do what's right, and please save those contracts. You're capable of doing the right thing. Thank you.
Yesenia Rojas.
Buenas noches. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yesenia Rojas. The last time that I was here, it was back on 2018. And I came only because the need of our students, the need of our community. We were fighting because we need Sycamore campus for those young kids that love to play soccer. I'm here today because I'm gonna stand with the teachers. I wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you guys been doing for our kids. I'm a proud parent of 6 kids. I was a student at Sycamore, Lincoln, in Anaheim. I did not graduate because I took wrong decisions. But I'm very proud to be standing here and to tell you guys who I am, because you guys know who I am. And you guys know that I'm gonna fight this with the teachers, because we both, for you guys to represent us, to do the right thing. Something is really wrong, Mr. Mashura. Something is going on that you're not paying attention. It's not only the safety, it's not only the education, it's not only about your position, it's about our schools, it's about our teachers. I spent the whole day last week at Anaheim High School because I thought that my student was making a wrong decisions. And you know what was my surprise? It was not my son. One of the teachers said that they have substitute teachers. The first period, teacher was not even paying attention on the class. I took the notes and I bring it up to the principal. There is so many problems that is going on in the school, and you need to pay attention. It really breaks my heart. The last Friday wasn't a fight in that school, and my daughter was part of that fight. Not because she took a wrong decision, because some other girls pushed my daughter. And I feel very proud that my daughter came up here and speak up. Something is going on that you're not paying attention. I scream, I yell, and I ask for you to resign. Because if you're the leader, if you're the person who represents us in the district, something is going on wrong. Especially that if we have a community schools, and we should have communication with each other, and they know who we are, and we are putting hours as parents in the school, and things like that are happening, something is totally wrong. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm gonna say this: shame on the other people that come and applaud for your job, because that's not right. They should feel embarrassed, and they should stand here with the teachers. Please take a decision that is gonna make change, because look at the young kids. They're paying attention. Hopefully my daughter and those young kids in the future get those positions. Make a good decision tonight, please.
Is Randy present? Okay, that's our last speaker. Randy?
Greetings. My name is Randy Douthit. I work at Oxford Academy. I'm going to talk pretty much directly to the board, so because you're the ones who have the most control in this situation. So members of the board, the four of you have the opportunity to make things right regarding the proposed certificated reduction in force. The extension of the RIF hearings has created a situation that can only be resolved in a fair and equitable manner by immediately ending the reduction in force. My argument is simple, and it does not involve attributing any negative motivations or intentions to anyone. When it comes to teacher layoffs, California law mandates that teachers who are to be laid off must receive a notice of termination by May 15th. That is 8 days from today. According to Ed Code 44955C, if the teacher does not receive a notice by May 15th, then the teacher shall be deemed reemployed for the following school year. This law makes it fair for the laid off teachers throughout California in the sense that all of the teachers know on the same date that they need to find a new job. So 8 days from now, all of the California's laid off teachers will begin the race for new jobs. All that is, except for me, and nearly 160 of my colleagues. Instead, we will all be held at the starting line until well into June, because the extension of our hearings also created an extension of the notification deadline. With each passing day, the emotional toll on us will continue to grow as our fate remains in limbo. What fun. Eventually, about 60 of us will be laid off. We will try to find jobs among the scraps that are left over after everyone else had a month-long head start. Is that acceptable to you, the four board members? Because if it is not acceptable to you, simply create and pass a resolution to cancel the current reduction in force. Also, about 100 of us will survive the layoff and return to AUHSD. However, we will be well aware that we are returning to a district where the district cabinet and school board were perfectly willing to let us go. That will be a wonderful work environment, don't you think? And what about the students? One of the student speakers talked about the disruption that has occurred due to the teachers being gone for 4 days of hearings. Is it acceptable to you, the board members, to pull nearly 160 teachers out of their classrooms for 4 more days, further disrupting the education of the AUHSD students? If it is not acceptable to you, simply create and pass a resolution to cancel the current reduction in force. You can start fresh to create a transparent, collaborative effort to do any necessary layoffs in the future. As one of the student speakers correctly stated, Superintendent Matsuda himself said that the district will have $178 million in their quote-unquote savings account at the end of the 2024-2025 school year. That's after next school year, even if there is no reduction in force. Do you want to forever be known as the school board that laid off 60 teachers and put them at an unfair disadvantage in finding jobs while sitting on $178 million? You have another option. You can be known as the school board that was not afraid to analyze new information and make the right decision. The 4 of you have the power to do it, the right thing. Will you do it? Thank you.
That closes public comments on item 10.1, school-sponsored student organization. This is an action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. And all in favor, including our student board of trustee?
Aye.
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 All right, thank you. Item 10.2, resolution number 2023/24-E-23, enhancing supports and resources for our LGBTQ+ students. Action item.
So moved. Second?
Moved and seconded. This is a roll call vote, and our student trustee gets to vote on this item as well. Daniela Ruiz.
Aye.
Mr. O'Neill.
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero.
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.3, resolution number 2023/24-HR-08, classified school employee week, May 19th through the 25th, 2024. Action item.
So moved.
Moved and second. This is a roll call vote. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Item 10.4, resolution number 2023/24-HR-09, certificated reduction in force, action item, roll call vote.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments on this item?
Just wanted a clarification. We're moving from 9 to 7, is that correct? With the amendments? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on this? Okay, all in favor, oh, sorry, roll call vote. Mr. O'Neill?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Resolution 10.5, I'm sorry, 10.5, resolution number 2023/24-HR-10, National Speech Language Hearing Month, action item.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. O'Neill, this is a roll call
Aye.
vote. Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Item 10.6 was pulled prior to the meeting. 10.7, agreement transportation. Cor de Alin Charter Academy, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so I asked the question if this was in Idaho, and yes, it is in Idaho, but the clarification was that the field trip is, the students are coming here to LA, and our buses are taking. I love that innovation. Great, great. Any questions on this item?
Nope.
Okay, comments? Action item, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 10.8, grant award, Carnegie Corporation of New York, profiles of collective leadership, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Would you please speak on this item?
So we're actually really excited and proud that we received a grant from Carnegie. It's a $200,000 grant. It's because of the work of our Anaheim Collaborative. You heard actually from several of our collaborative partners tonight. It's also connected to the work that we're doing with the Chan Zuckerberg grant, which we got, which is over $1 million in grants that is helping to develop ways to measure the 5 Cs, something that's called out in our higher ed partners in our collaborative. So this is going to help us collect authentic feedback on that process and also potentially impact and provide feedback to even like the UCs, who's one of our pledge partners, which are looking for other ways to assess student talent. Right now, I'll see with the SATs, ACTs not there, they're looking at other ways to measure student talent. The 5 Cs, as you heard from Santana Ruiz, is one of the ways that they've differentiated our students and then why they're performing at higher levels. So it's an exciting grant opportunity. It's to engage in research connected to that work.
Thank you.
Can you share what exactly the money will be used for, and is it for certain sites or district-wide?
So it's district-wide. I know in the item we talked about during the AI Summit how Anna Walker and Kennedy, I think, participated in that experience, but it's district-wide. There's still work to be done with our partners in terms of how we spend that money, but it's really bringing parents, students, and staff alike to provide feedback, authentic feedback on what's happening as it connects to our 5 Cs and the reflections that students are doing as a part of their performance task assessments. So, you know, $200,000 is a lot of money to an individual, but for the district, it's more of a planning grant in terms of could lead to additional opportunities to further that and expand that work on a much larger scale.
Okay, any more questions or comments? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
10.9, agreements, Cengage, National Geographic Learning, ELD, instructional materials. This is an action item.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? I know there was one question and it was answered on our agreements. We wondered why the teacher hadn't adopted the new materials, or opted not to adopt the new materials, right? Okay. Okay, moving on. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
10.10, agreement awareness in motion, AIM, formerly known as Mindkind Institute, LLC, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
10.11, agreement, Cyber Forward Academy, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Yeah, we asked about the in-depthness of this program, because at first reading, it seemed like it was just 2 informational sessions, but this is a longer program with more in-depth and bringing in experts on this, okay?
I had a question
Go ahead.
as well. I know we partnered in the past, I believe, with Cyber Forward Academy. Do you have any feedback from our students or teachers?
Yeah, I'm going to bring up Scott Rendell. He's our coordinator of career readiness, and he's worked with Cyber Academy before. So I'm going to have Scott speak to that. Mr. Rendell.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, thanks for the question. We did partner with Cyber Forward in the summer of 2022. We had 30 students participate. The program was offered district-wide at the time, so we had students from a variety of schools participate. Feedback from the students was really positive. We had some testimonials from the students that they found the program very supportive. They felt that they got a deeper dive into the field of cybersecurity, and they appreciated the guest speakers. We actually, beyond that, had additional students participate in regional offerings where funding was provided by OCDE or other grants to provide it regionally. So we've had 46 students total participate in the program. And they do actually provide job offers to students on occasion. So we had four students that have received paid positions as junior cybersecurity analysis, junior cybersecurity specialists, and 3 of them are still working with Cyber Forward at the moment. It's worked really well to take the pathway knowledge of our students and then take it to the next level with work-based learning experiences. This is funded by a strong workforce grant specifically to support the cybersecurity pathway, and these are students at Magnolia who've worked since junior high to get into this position. So we're looking forward to the program.
Fantastic. Congratulations to our students who have jobs.
Absolutely.
I love that. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
1012 agreement, Oseo Romero, American Red Cross instructor, action item.
So moved.
Second.
I forgot to ask this question earlier. How many years will this certification be good for? Is it the usual
2 years.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any other questions, comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
1013, sole source justification, Aries Software, Inc., DBA Eagle Software, action item.
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments?
Yes, question and comment. I know we've had issues with our areas slowing down and some outages. How will this help cloud hosting alleviate those challenges moving forward?
So that's a great question. So if I may, Trustee Guerrero, we brought out an item, I think a couple of meetings ago, having to do a report or having someone do research and provide a recommendation to us, and this is connected to that recommendation. I know I spoke with our ASSA President, Jeff Morgenstern, and we've also brought this to our teacher input group, because as you just indicated, we have had some challenges with Aries over the last few years with its speed and just efficiency. It's kind of like being on a highway, and with Aries, along with all the other things, that there's traffic on the highway, which has slowed the response. So this is taking Aries off of our server system as a host, and now placing Aries as the host of their own platform. So it'll open up the highway, which will allow for more efficiencies with not only our platforms, but because Aries has their infrastructure, it's going to also support the highway, making Aries way more efficient. We also vetted this with our APGA, which is the counselor union, and they were very supportive because much of their work is on the Aries system. You should know, too, that Aries they haven't committed to the exact date, but within 5 years, they have indicated to Eric Greenwood, our Chief Technology Officer, that they are going to be kind of requiring any district who utilizes Aries to do this automatically. Because we already have an agreement with Aries, that's why it's a sole source. That's a process we go through where we're getting it at a lesser expensive rate, whereas this potentially become a mandatory process moving forward. The other thing too is I believe all of our feeder elementary school districts utilize Aries, so there's motivation for us to continue with Aries as our student management system, not to be confused with Cadence, our learning management system. But this is another reason why this is valuable, and this will provide a pretty immediate response in terms of removing the delays or the traffic that we've seen in the infrastructure in terms of Aries and its performance.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 1014, revised board policy 8708, sexual harassment students, second reading.
Move to approve.
Move for approval. Second, any questions or comments on this item? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
1015, declaration of need for fully qualified educators, action item.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on, consent calendar. Mr. O'Neill,
Nope. Nope. Nothing to pull.
need to pull, okay.
Uh, move.
Move for the balance?
Yep.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, moving on to superintendent staff report.
Thank you. I just want to say something about my last visit with Anna Piercy, and I've shared this with some of the teachers. She told me that she does not wish this type of cancer on anybody, but it's given her time to say goodbye to her loved ones. And she said that she's very thankful to God for 80 years of health. And unfortunately, the last few months, she was, given this cancer. And she was very grateful to the entire district, and there's so much love that went out to her. And she told me it beats being, in an odd way, it beats being hit by a car and not having that opportunity to say, I love you. And that's what I'll remember about Anna Piercy, because all of this turmoil and trauma, I think all of us are we are reflecting, all of us, on our own humanity. And I am thinking of Anna Piercy and her family at this point, and what she told me at the end.
I want to echo the same sentiments. Anna will be missed. She had a tremendous impact and influence on me personally, and I've enjoyed being able to work close with her over the last 10 plus years. So I know I'm thinking of both Ken Areku and the family and Anna, so she'll be missed. I do want to take a moment to focus on a positive. You heard, I think, from one of our presentations about the Google certificates. We just got wind that with our students, so we're the first, as you may recall, first public school in the country to work with Google, and the first school district in the country where we integrate it into the classroom experience. And we just found out later today, as I know Amanda and the team went to Google to participate, we have over 850 now of our students who will graduate with Google certificates, which is incredible. Last year we were at 270, so it's a significant uptick in students being able to meet that threshold, and it's the most in the nation. Also, last night, I know Board President Randall, you were there, we had 40 parents being recognized for also earning the Google certificates as parents, and that's something we offer for free. For the typical person who would want to pursue a Google certificate, because it's a Grow with Google program, it's something that people typically would pay for. It can be upwards of $1,000 because it's seen as the equivalent of a bachelor's degree in many cases through their workforce program to help create remove barriers to create more equity for those who maybe don't have the opportunity to pursue a college degree. So the fact that we're able to offer this for our students and our parents free of charge is an incredible savings. When you think about the 850 students that earn it, it's the equivalent of 850,000 saved, right, that they would have been paying if they had to do that on their own, and same for our 40 parents. So we're excited. I'm proud of Amanda and the great work that she's been leading. Of course, the incredible teachers that have taken the time to go through, I think it's like 6 months of training to take the course and then work with intention to integrate it into their classrooms. So definitely a unique skill and experience that is pretty remarkable. So I'm really proud of the great work that's being done, and I'm more proud of the students and families that took advantage and are going to help it leverage and improve the quality of their life. So just wanted to share that.
Well, I'd also like to just acknowledge and thank Anna Piercy for just the incredible service that she's provided her entire life to education. I've learned so much from her, from her guidance over the last 9 years for me. What I think is just really amazing about how sincere she was in her belief and her drive to serve is she was still engaging with us just like she always did last week. And I was fortunate enough to visit her and have a really nice long conversation, and some conversations that we never had a chance to to have before. And I just left really being influenced and inspired to just be a better person. So that's the kind of legacy that we all hope to leave, and she's definitely left that. And I just want to thank her, and we're going to miss her.
I just want to share something about Anna. She loves to volunteer, and when I couldn't find sometimes certain projects, I would actually go to her and she would give me these amazing ideas. And even all the way towards the end, she would always give me a lot of great advice about life and about what I can do when I retired. And because she was even more busy in retirement than when she was working, I think. So she always told me, Nancy, find the next thing to do. So I just really appreciated her about that. I do want to take this time to share our visit with our Teacher of the Year, actually the County Teacher of the Year, one of the 6th County Teacher of the Year, Joseph King at Hope. We were able to celebrate him earlier this week, and he will now be competing for the State Teacher of the Year award. So he's an amazing person. If you ever have a chance to work with him, he served on a couple committees with me, extremely dedicated, and just heart of gold. And so thank you so much for being the model teacher for us, and I always love to spend time with him and see how he is with our children. So just wanted to give a shout out to him. Thank you.
And I do share the sentiments about Mrs. Piercy. It's been a hard day. It's been a hard 5 months. She was a very strong person, and she was a very helpful person, and I appreciated everything that she did for us. I also appreciate everyone sharing their stories about her, because some of us didn't know her as well, but it's wonderful to hear the things that people learned and to remember her. So I'm also thinking of her daughters and her grandchildren as well.
I also want to echo what's already been said about Anna Piercy. May she rest in peace. And really up until just this last month, she was still joining us in our closed sessions by, on a conference call, and just her energy and her, just wisdom and what she brought to the table, and really her servant leadership, as she was an example to all of us and a great role model and had a huge impact on many. I also want to acknowledge and thank all of our sites. As we near the end of the school year, there's a lot of work being done, and we understand how busy they are, and we've had the opportunity to be a part of their capstone showcases where students are sharing their stories and their experiences and reflecting on their growth over the last 6 years from 7 through 12, and really just providing that insight into how much they have grown, and just thanks to the work that is being done at each of our sites from everyone, from site leadership to teachers and support staff and counselors. So as we head towards the end of the school year, just wanted to acknowledge all of the work and appreciate all the efforts.
I am extremely honored to have been chosen to have this position and to have met Ms. Piercy during my interview process. Although this is my last meeting, it doesn't feel like an end because I know that I will be carrying this knowledge throughout, the rest of college or university and like throughout the rest of my life. So although it is an end, it is also another beginning for me. So thank you.
I'm up. Well, instead of talking about me, I'll reserve that for some other time. Talk about Anna. The last time I visited with her, we talked about life. We talked about things that we both like to do. She loved to water ski. As you know, she had a place on the river, and she was always there. But she also liked to snow ski a lot, and I did both of those in my life, but not recently, unfortunately. But we had a really great talk about just life in general, and she said something that really hit home. She says, I'm 80 years old, and I really didn't expect to go out this way. She said, I had expected to have many more years to have fun. So you just never know what's ahead of you. So I have known Anna for close to 30 years. When we were on city council together, separate, but saw her, that's where I met her. So we've had a lot of good years together, a lot of good conversations. She wasn't always agreeing with me, as we all know that, as we've talked over the years in our private discussions and our open discussions here, that she was pretty feisty. And that's the way she was last time I talked to her. Uncomfortable, but feisty. And I want to offer my heartfelt condolences to her family and to all those who knew her. And I hope that we remember Anna, as we remember Anna, we'll think about the short time we really have here and how she would want everyone to work together to provide better educational opportunities for the community where we live and serve, and she will definitely be missed. So thank you.
Well, I spoke earlier that she enjoyed working and doing all of her different activities and found joy in them. And I know that for all of us, it's a loss. And I just send love to her family and those who cherished her so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll reserve my other comments as well. I want to also share about Anna. As one of the newest members on the board, I had the privilege of meeting her these past 2 years, and I had the privilege of actually sitting next to her my first year on this dais, and she was always very giving of advice, even when we met with her in her last days. She was still giving advice. She has always been a strong advocate for AUHSD, for the Cypress community, and she's dedicated herself to enriching the lives of countless of students who I know who honor her legacy as she continues. And I just want to send my heartfelt condolences to her family, to her children, and to her grandchildren that she loved dearly and always spoke about. And I was always very fond of all her stories, and she will truly be missed up here. And it was an honor and a privilege to work alongside her. Thank you.
Thank you. I already gave my comments, so I'm going to move on to our advanced planning, future meeting dates. Regular board meeting will be June 6th. But I believe we've got a meeting coming up.
Yep.
Friday. Suggested agenda items, trustees? I would just like to say that it's apparent that there's still a lot of misinformation, and when we do our next presentation of budget, that we be as suggested, as explicit as we possibly can. I know we do graphs, and I know we do, you know, the slides, but we really have to let everyone know that, you know, there is a shortfall, and we're just going to have to continue to teach and give the lesson, because there's just a lot of misinformation out there. I'm going to continue to say that because as trustees, we don't want to be in this position. We don't want to look at this at the end of the year. We do not want to be in this position. So we will continue to, as a cabinet and as a board, to give out as much information as we can. I will say, it's really disheartening when folks can just get up there and say whatever they feel and without facts. And we are not allowed to say anything back. Especially, we are not allowed to say things that were discussed in bargaining. So I think a lot of, I'll reserve my comment on that in the spirit of Ms. Piercy, but know this, every single one of us up here cares deeply for this district, and we do not want to be in this position. And it's not as easy as flipping a switch that some folks might want to entertain. So we will continue. And on that note, I'd like to adjourn in Ms. Piercy's name.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.